We are the Morning Hustle.
He's going to help everybody on their fitness journey as we start this new year, 2026, and he's the perfect person to do it. Man, he's back, man. Dr. Ian Smith is here.
Hey. What's up, y'all? Good to see y'all.
Our reality show expert.
Exactly.
Yeah, undercover.
But would you go back to doing reality TV? Because that's where a lot of people know you from.
Yeah, no question. I love reality TV. And, I love the romance shows like Love is Blind, Married at First Sight. But I did Celebrity Fit Club. And the only reason the show stopped, we had great ratings. Everyone's making money. But, the guys upstairs just couldn't get along, the network and the producers. And they just ruined a good thing.
Yeah.
That's crazy. It's a problem.
Such a good show. And you know what? I was watching on Netflix. There was a reality show. There was a documentary on the reality show, The Biggest Loser. And some of the contestants were basically saying that the judges pushed them to the point that was past the point of what they should have been. Even some of them was about to die even.
So here's the crazy thing. So my show was Celebrity Fit Club. I was the diet guy. I was in charge of the diet. And I haven't ever criticized The Biggest Loser. But I got to tell you, my panelists, Harvey and the psychiatrist, we'd sit there and we'd like, what are they doing? Because that stuff didn't sound right, didn't look right.
Mm-hmm.
You never know what's happening behind the scenes. And now the truth comes out. The truth comes out that, to lose that amount of weight in such a short period of time, you had to go through extreme measures. And it's unfortunate because, you should never twist medicine and health to fit ratings or a TV show.
Right.
Because these are real people and you're affecting their lives. I know people want ratings and fans want to see certain things and dramatic weight loss. So you can see that great before and after, but it's unrealistic. And now you see what they were doing.
And extremely unsafe. And I feel like a lot of people, when they see shows like this, they're like, oh, I just need 2 weeks to get my body together and then I'll be fine. Kyle, you do that sometimes.
Now, 2 weeks. I need like a week and a half. So I need. Give me a good couple of days. 9, 10 days. I got to win in a couple of days. 9, 10 days. I'll use this last 15.
So how do we get out of that habit of thinking like, okay, all we need is 2 weeks to get rid of this weight?
So The Last 15, my new book, it's a 7-week program. And even though it's helping you lose those last 15 pounds when you hit a plateau, it's also about changing your perspective because psychologically, a lot of people lose before they even start because their mind isn't in the right place. And people have to understand that gradual weight loss is sustainable weight loss. Dramatic, fast weight loss, typically you have to do something extreme to get there and it won't last forever. And so, in this book, it's all about, I didn't call it a diet. The Last 15 is really a meal plan with regular food that's affordable because food's really expensive.
Yeah.
But how can people group the foods they probably already have in their kitchen so that they can actually metabolize sugars better so they can remain full longer and also fat burn? That's the key.
Do you run into people that you've inspired over the years and they tell you like their journey and like, yo, Dr. Ian, because of you, I'm fit now, I lost weight now, or I did this because I read your book or I used to watch you on Celebrity Fit Club?
So people always say to me, how do you write so many books? Like, what's your motivation?
Because every year you back with a new one.
I am.
And I never see you fat. You know, some people weight fluctuate around Christmas. You always slim.
You really writing. Some people using ChatGPT to write. So.
Yeah, no, I like to write. Well, yeah, so when people stop me in the airport or send me a message on Instagram and tell me how it's changed their life, that to me is like oxygen for me. That is fuel for my fire. In fact, this morning I had a Facebook group. People should join, by the way. It's called The Last 15 Group, which is named after the book, with 13,000 plus people. And they post every day what they're doing, the results. This morning, someone said she lost 7.2 pounds in the first week on the plan. She got rid of a lot of salt, excess sugar. So yes, my fuel is when people say, this worked for me.
Because I just remember when you were doing, to go back to that really quickly, when you were doing Celebrity Fit Club, a lot of people started doing their own fit clubs. The radio show that I was on at the time, like we had members here, we all had our teams and we competed over a 3-month stretch. You know what I mean? So I know that the inspiration is there. And I was just wondering, like, even though you're not on TV now, do you still see it? But obviously you do.
And every week someone says to me, either in person or online, what happened to Fit Club? When's Fit Club coming back? So, they do all these reboots now of all these old shows.
Yeah.
We may need to reboot Celebrity Fit Club.
I think so for sure.
Right?
Well, I know something that you get asked, what's out right now, the GLP-1 medications. How do you feel about those? Maybe even some people that are incorporating a new fitness plan with that, or would you recommend those?
I like that, what you just said, by the way. That's the key. So on my Instagram, I do like a 4-minute take on these medications. And so if you want to hear the whole thing, go to Dr. Ian Smith, spell doctor out on Instagram. But my take is very simple. These medications are helpful for the right person in the right situation. They need to be supervised by a doctor, but no one wants to talk about the side effects. They have a lot of side effects: gastrointestinal, gallbladder, muscle, nausea, vomiting. And you have all these celebrities, I won't mention any names, who are out there touting these
Don't
weight
you talk
loss.
about Serena.
I'm not saying anything, but you have all these celebrities who are touting these weight loss medications, but they're not talking about the side effects. They're not talking about that you still need to change the basic lifestyle choices. You have to change how you eat and change how you move, because no one can take these medications forever, period. And I think it's just disingenuous when people are not talking about the work you still need to do. So the bottom line is these can be helpful. They can be nice to jumpstart your weight loss program, but they are a tool in the box. They are not the only tool in the box. That's
Is there
the key.
different effects with the GLCs with men and women?
So, so far the studies have not shown any differences.
Okay.
But the other concern we have as medical professionals is that these medications were first developed for people who had diabetes, who had blood sugar problems, and they were very effective. And when they were treating people, they realized, oh, people are losing weight. So it was kind of like a result that they weren't expecting. We don't have long-term studies looking at people who are only taking it for weight loss. Let me be clear, right? We have it for the diabetic population, but not for people who are just taking it for weight loss. So that's why I'm saying to people, you should look at it, you should do research, but you have to be cautious about what you decide to do.
A lot of people's heads are not losing weight. It's like
that's a skull. That's not that.
Bunch of bobbleheads outside.
You got to do a study on that. You realize that the body going down, but your head.
That's funny.
But we was talking. You mentioned Oprah because she's on tour right now, and she talked about the struggle that she had of gaining, and losing. And it is sometimes easy to lose, but what are some tips to keep that weight down? I see a lot, especially women. Women, they say it's harder for women to keep the weight down. So what are some key things you have or some things to help them with that?
Well, there was a statement that was made relative to that situation where the quote was, obesity is not a choice. And I just think that that's a disingenuous statement to make. I think that you are misleading people because, sure, there are genetic factors that you can't control that lead to being overweight and obese, but there's a lot within your control that you can actually take care of. And by letting and saying to people that it's not a choice makes people say, oh, you know, I'm eating 4,000 calories a day because I can't help myself. I was born that way. And that's just not the case. And so in the last 15, I'm trying to teach people how to make natural changes to how you eat and how you move so that they are sustainable, so that you are not taking medications. But once again, if you want to take medications, doing it in the right situation, I'm not against that. But I think most people would like to be able to eat and enjoy their food without feeling like they're on a diet and get results. And I'm hoping to do that with the last 15.
Yeah,
You know
so
what?
like with me, I have an issue, and it always comes to the last 15. Every time I get to the last 15, I'll be like, oh, I look good. I'm almost close to my goal. Let me go eat. And I don't know why that ends up being the
That's a
reward.
celebration.
Right.
But I will say a big part of my issue is that I'm a snacker. And it's mostly because I'm always working. I'm moving quickly. I'm just like, let me just grab this. Like this morning, I was starving. We only had a little bit of time. I'm like, I don't want to, but
So what'd
I'm
you
gonna go
get?
to the vending machine.
What'd you get?
I don't want to tell you.
Ah!
It is my birthday though.
Yeah, that's right. You have an
We had
exception.
Ice cream and all kinds of
Okay.
stuff this morning.
Today doesn't count.
But yeah, today doesn't count. But like even a granola bar, I feel like with all that sugar
Oh,
in
my
it,
goodness.
it's not good for you.
Oh, my
and
goodness.
that's something I know.
So what I'm trying to teach people, and people in my Facebook group really are getting this, I'm trying to get people to understand and to look at what they're eating. When you look at yogurt, for example, we all say yogurt's healthy, right? You always hear that. But turn over the yogurt that you're getting ready to eat. Look at the amount of sugars in there. Sometimes there are 20 grams of sugar in
Right.
yogurt. Yogurt, you want to be 6 grams of sugar or less, 200 calories or less, and at least 10 to 15 grams of protein.
He eats a box of Crunch and Munch every morning.
Let me tell you. So can we be honest? It's cheaper to eat unhealthy. And
a fruit, a banana costs more than Crunch and
it's
Munch?
still expensive. I
Right.
mean, you got to think. Eating it, I tried, and I said, listen, if somebody go even shop for me, it'd be cool. But shopping at Sprouts and all them places, them is expensive to eat healthy.
Can I ask you a question?
No.
which is more expensive?
I knew you were going to say that because people say that all the time.
Well, eating healthy or getting your toes chopped off.
I get that. But we're
Oh, well,
talking.
he just got his toes chopped off.
You did?
No, I told my Achilles playing.
Gee, I'm like, I didn't know.
But that's the honesty of it. Like we live in like this food is high, groceries going up, and I understand we talk about eating healthy, but it is a financial issue. How do you eat healthy on a budget? I will have to ask.
Because I ordered a smoothie yesterday, $35. One.
A
To
smoothie?
be delivered here to the station in the morning.
That's too much.
It was $35. So that's what I'm saying. I'm kind of with Alton when it comes to that. Because if I was to order Starbucks, it probably would have cost me like 10.
So here's my answer to you. If fruits and vegetables that are not organic are still reasonable, buy them in bulk. Go to places like Costco, which, by the way, still has DEI. Shout out to Costco. But you gotta buy strategically, okay? And so what I mean, you gotta shop for the week, and you have to cook for the week. I cook a lot on Sunday. I portion out. I put it in containers and bags, and eat all week on it. You just have to be strategic with how you eat. I agree, by the way, that prices are through the roof, but I don't see prices changing. And my concern is this. My concern is that if we give in to the idea that healthy food is too expensive, guess who ends up always getting the short end of the stick? We do.
Yeah.
I mean,
We do,
yeah.
right? And so we got these food deserts already where we got our kids who are eating, these Cheetos and, all these high sugar drinks. We suffer.
Yeah.
And so at some point, we as a people, we have to say that we know it's more expensive. We know it's more difficult, but we are going to put our flag in the ground and say, we're not doing this anymore.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, because and don't get me wrong, there are a lot of institutional issues as to why we always get the short end of the stick. And we're trying to change those. But I'm saying to people, try to change what you can control. And if you can do a little bit better, I never talk about being perfect ever in my books. If you can make decisions 70% of the time that are a little better, that's a big difference.
Let me ask you this, Dr. Ian, because we're talking a lot about diet, food, intake, stuff like that. Talk a little bit about the balance between working out and the foods you're talking about eating. Because I know just in my household, me and my wife, we go through it all the time. We might go to the gym. Then, all right, what's for dinner? Well, nobody feel like cooking. Well, order pizza. You know what I mean? It's like
Popeyes is on the way.
You know what I mean? We a lot of times we undo some of the good work that we started with making bad food choices. But how much is one more important than the other? What's their balance?
It's a 1-2 punch. And let me explain to you why. So I've had people in my Facebook group, I've had them lose lots of weight just by making the dietary changes. But I've noticed just within my group, and there are over 13,000 people, the people who lose the weight the fastest and the most weight loss are the people who add exercise. Now, I'm not saying you got to live in a gym. I love gyms. I like gyms. I like lifting weights. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying to you is if you do 90 minutes of cardio a week, 90 minutes
a week,
moderate intensity cardio, you do 60 minutes of strength training a week. That's 4 sessions of 15 minutes, right? So the time isn't really crazy. If you do that consistently, the 3 C's, committed, consistency, and challenge. If you do that in 2 to 3 weeks, you are going to see results, but you have to put some work in. You just have to.
So why do people plateau?
They plateau for 2 major reasons. One is when you lose weight, the amount of calories you need also decreases because you're smaller. And so if you're still eating the same number of calories you were eating while you were heavier, now that you're smaller, the same level of calories, it's too many calories. So your weight loss stops. The other reason people hit a plateau, and by the way, plateaus are a good thing. The plateaus are your body saying, you've been winning, and now I'm going to fight back. So a plateau is actually a good thing to reach. The other thing that happens is this. When you are not eating a lot of calories, some people say, I'm going to eat 1 meal a day. Well, that's going to work for a while, but then guess what happens? Your body says, man, I'm not getting any more energy. I'm not getting food. I'm going to switch to starvation mode. And so the body switches to starvation mode because it doesn't know when the food is coming again. And therefore your fat cells hibernate, which is what you don't want to happen. So your fat cells will stay rather than burn. And that's why you plateau. So it's not that you're doing something wrong. You need to do a different right.
What is a good way to calculate the number of calories a person should have daily?
Wow. So it depends on what your goals are.
Okay.
Right. So I think that most women will lose weight consistently if they're consuming between 1,200 and 1,400 calories a day. This is on average. The bigger you are, the more you may need. And men, about 16 to 1,800 calories.
Really?
And the reason why there's a difference for men and women, it's not a sexist thing. It's because men genetically are more predisposed to have more muscle.
Mhm.
And that's why I'm trying to tell people you got to lift weights. Cardio's great, but women in particular who don't think that they need to lift weights. And I know yoga and Pilates, those are wonderful things. That's not lifting weights. And the reason why you need muscle is because muscle burns more calories,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
And so the reason why men lose weight faster than women, it's not that men are better. It's because they have more muscle mass. And now those muscles are eating up calories even while you're sitting down versus someone who has a higher fat ratio.
It's crazy that you say that because that's actually my favorite part of working out is strength training. I hate cardio, right? So I do walk up hills and stuff
Right,
like that instead.
right.
But I did notice that when he picked it up more on the strength training and I walked on my own, that like my body changed into a totally different shape. It was like amazing.
I'm telling you. And by the way, once again, it's not like you got to be in the gym for hours. I'm not asking you to lift what I lift, but
Yeah,
you
'cause
can't.
me and him,
Small
you
reps.
lift.
We lift. We
You
lift.
lift.
We lift.
Yeah. So I
What
can't
is he
lift.
lifting?
You can't live with me, Dr. Ian.
Okay.
Let's be clear.
Go ahead. I just want to We lift.
But you know, people like women in particular who go into the gym, I see them, they're lifting 2 pounds and 3 pound dumbbells. That's not enough.
No.
The only way your body builds is by being damaged. That's muscle hypertrophy. So you have to damage your muscle in order for it to repair and to get bigger. You need to lift 5, 10, 15 pounds. You got to challenge yourself. That's the C in challenge.
Yeah, that
Mhm.
soreness ain't no joke neither.
That's a
Yeah.
good.
Walking around like,
I know, but that's a good
like
soreness
a
though.
penguin.
Yeah, but you know you don't put it in though. I love that soreness.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Right.
That's what's up, man. The last 15. Say goodbye to those most stubborn pounds, Dr. Ian Smith.
Sure.
Where are people picking up the book at? Where can they go find
Yeah,
it?
Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com. Go to my Facebook group, the Last 15 group. It's free to join the group if you get the book, and then we just kind of work out together. We eat together, and also Instagram at Dr. Ian Smith. Spell the doctor out.
What's one thing we didn't touch on that you feel like is important to let people know before we get out of here?
3 things people can do right away to make a difference. Number 1, front load your calories. Eat most of your calories before 2 or 3 o'clock because that gives you more time the rest of the day to burn it off. When you eat big meals at night and then go to sleep, all those empty
fair
calories
enough.
turn into fat. Number 2, some protein at each meal. Some at each meal. And that way you're going to, protein, by the way, is more calorically expensive, meaning your body burns more calories digesting protein. So it's a way to
Okay.
boost your metabolism. And the last thing is, of course, you got to do resistance training, whether it's resistance bands, lifting weights, or machines. You got to increase your muscle mass.
And this will
Wow.
work for anyone.
Anybody. Last 15 or the first 15, it doesn't matter. It'll
I know
work.
that's right. And now I might got to do the last and the first.
That's what's up, man. We appreciate you, man. Thank you for pulling up on us. Dr. Ian Smith, the book is The Last
Yeah.
15. Make sure y'all pick it up, man. A perfect way to start off healthy in 2026.
Make
That's
sure y'all know it's got the right food on the 15. It's not fried chicken. It's grilled. It
What
got
else?
Brussels sprouts,
What else?
salmon.
Salmon.
It ain't fried salmon.
No.
Come on, Ralia.
And
Salmon
got
bites.
the salmon.
Salmon bites. Yeah.
That's what's up, man. Thank you for pulling up.
All
on
right,
us,
y'all.
man.
That was funny.
Yeah.
No, I got to tell you,